Parshas Beshalach Tovshin Pei Dalet Shabbos Shira. Unbelievable. And Mamish, the time flies. We were in Mitzrayim, we had the Makkos, and this week we're out. And everybody, Klal Yisrael, is out of Mitzrayim. They're running headlong toward the Yam Suf. This is the big week, Shabbos Shira, a time to be happy, to sing, to praise Hashem and realize all the chesed that Hashem always does for us. And anybody who's making a simcha this week, as Rabbi Kasira from Bika Cholim is making this week, making an aufruf. So it's not tough at all to Shabbos Shira. Mamish fits right into the simcha, to sing the praises and appreciate everything that we have from HaKadosh Baruch Hu all the time. Tonight's shir is the Ilan Ishmas, Reb Menachem Mendel ben Reb Moshe Yechiel Mother Pearl, the father of the founder of this shir, some 700, I think 711. We're up to 711. We actually started this shir next door to 711. So now we're 711 around, something like that. Shiurim there, and all the shiurim that we did over the past 14 years, and all 711 or some odd shiurim are a big schus for the neshama of Yosef's father, something that you can't get a bigger schus, that to have Torah and you started a shir that thousands of people pay attention to, Baruch Hashem, and it should be a schus for his neshama. So now that we spoke about Yam Suf, Kriyas Yam Suf, and Shabbos Shira, I want to tell you all that we're not going to be speaking about Kriyas Yam Suf this week, because there's a whole parsha, and there's other things also going on in the parsha, and sometimes we have to do the other things that are in the parsha. And the pasuk says, "Vayomer Hashem el Moshe, Hineni mamtir lochem lechem min hashamayim." Because Baruch Hu says to Moshe Rabbeinu, I'm telling you now how you're going to eat, how you're going to have your sustenance in the midbar. I'm going to make it rain. It's going to rain bread. It's going to rain food. Min hashamayim. And what are you going to do? V'yotzah ha'am v'lakatu dvar yoim b'yoimoy. Every day they're going to go out and collect the food that they need for that day. L'ma'an anasenu. So I will test you, Hashem is saying. Hayelech b'soyrosi imloi. I'm going to see from here, when you go out to get the food every day, whether you follow my Torah. And of course we all know this is the man that Klal Yisrael ate every day in the midbar. Rashi tells us, what's this l'man anasenu? Hashem says, I'm going to send you the man, and I'm going to test you. Rashi says, what's the anasenu? What's the test? The anasenu is saying that Hashem wants to see whether we follow the mitzvahs of the man. There were instructions when to collect man, how to collect man. Hashem wants to see if we follow them. As we know, there were laws about the man, such as not to go out on Shabbos to collect man. They took double on Erev Shabbos. There's so many things that we learn from that we practice today, and all different halachas and minhagim that have to do with the man and how we did not take man on Shabbos. So one of the tests I want to see if you follow my instructions and follow the instructions of not collecting the man on Shabbos. So the question really is, the Nesivos Shalom asks, why there is a test over here? Why is the man so important that Hashem said, Dafka over here, there's going to be a test, as opposed to other mitzvahs in the Torah? We don't see that Hashem says, I'm going to test you if you're wearing tzitzis. I'm going to test you if you're wearing tefillin. I'm going to test you if you eat matzah on Pesach. None of that. But over here, by the man, there must be a special significance that Hashem said, I'm going to test you and see if you're doing the right thing. Why is it just by the man? Also, we see here by the man too that Bnei Yisrael were commanded to take some man. The end of Parshas Haman, the Torah tells us that the Bnei Yisrael were commanded to take Kach tzintzenes achas. Take a bunch of mon, and the Torah tells us that you should store away that mon, a maloi ha'omer of mon, as a reminder that Hashem provided in future generations, when they get to Eretz Yisrael and the mon would stop falling. Going further, we want you to remember that there is such a thing as mon, that there was a mon, that Hashem made it rain food, mon min hashamayim. So you should have to have a reminder about the mon that they ate in the midbar. The question here is the same as we asked before. Why just by the mon? There was so many nisim by Mitzrayim, the Yitzias Mitzrayim. There was so many nisim, so many miracles from Hashem that happened to the Bnei Yisrael, and we don't find anywhere else that we need to put away, right? They didn't put away any grasshoppers, they didn't put away any barad. Special thing here, by the mon, you must remember, I want you to remember in future generations that there was such a thing as the mon. Once again, what makes the mon so different and so special? So Nesivos Shalom answers with a very, very important point that he makes throughout the entire Torah. We always mention this from Nesivos Shalom, that the Torah and its lessons are eternal. And if Hashem is telling Klal Yisrael to put away someone, it means that it has significance for every one of us today. And there's a lesson for us in our daily lives to learn from all these things that the Torah tells us to do with the mon. You know, the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh teaches us here in our Parsha, and he says that the nitzchias of Parshas Hamon, you know what the lesson is of the Parshas Hamon? The nitzchias is emunah and bitachon in inyanim of parnasa. The lesson, as we say, there's always a lesson from every part of the Torah. The lesson from this week, Parshas Hamon, I'm sure everybody was makbid on Tuesday to do it. Shnai Mikra v'echad Targum. Everybody's very serious about every schooler that we can get for parnasa. The mon is a message, and the lesson of the mon is one of Zok Baal Shem Tov is a lesson of emunah and bitachon in inyanim of parnasa. The Noam Elimelech Ramaylich points out, the previous Ramaylich, not today's Ramaylich. The Noam Elimelech points out that the Torah says a lashon which we mentioned when the mon is coming. The Torah uses a lashon of hineni mamtir lochem. Hashem is making you rain. Hashem is making you rain. The eternal lesson of the mon is that the same way it uses a lashon of mamtir, it's going to rain. And Zok the Noam Elimelech, the same way you see that when you go outside, like today, you go outside and it's a rainy day, and Hashem makes it rain from the Shemayim, the same way that it rains min HaShemayim, that lashon of mamtir is used also when HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends parnasa. Hashem makes parnasa rain for every person. It's being sent directly from Hashem. The same way it rains water, it rains lechem from Hashem. And that's the way that parnasa comes down. It is rain straight from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And Nesivos Shalom tells us that it's raining. And the Noam Elimelech is telling us that your parnasa is rain. So if rain is coming down, how would you go about collecting rain? You have to have a vessel. You have to have a bucket. You have to have something to collect the rain. And that's where, Zok the Nesivos Shalom, that's where people miss the boat. You want to know if it's raining, so people may ask, if it's raining, why don't I have everything that I need? Why is the parnasa sometimes, parnasa is tough? Parnasa, what's going on? Zok the Nesivos Shalom, the vessel that collects the lechem min hashamayim is this message, is midas habitachon. Emunah bitachon is our way to catch the bracha that's coming down min hashamayim. However, he says, listen, Zok the Nesivos Shalom, listen to this amazing diuk in the pasuk. And this message is for every person who needs to make a parnasa, need to understand. A person that has full emunah and bitachon, and understands that every single thing comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you are putting out the ultimate bucket, the ultimate vessel to catch parnasa from Hashem. But the pasuk says like this. The pasuk says, "V'yotza ha'am." If one goes out, v'yotza ha'am. He darshans the words. If one goes out, if you step out of that lesson, that geder of bitachon, then the pasuk tells you, "V'lokatu devar yoim b'yoimai." If you step out for that, then you're going to have to work for your parnasa every day. The more you believe, the more you understand we do nothing, the less you're going to have to work. The less you're going to have to do. But v'yotza ha'am, v'lokatu dvar yoim b'yoimai. V'yotza, if you step out of that emunah and bitachon, of the way to actually attain parnasa, then you're going to have to work for it every day. You're going to have to work hard. And the Torah tells you this message, and you know that the Baal Shem Tov had a grandson. He spoke in the Degel Machane Ephraim. The Degel Machane Ephraim elaborates on this point that the Baal Shem Tov mentions about Emunah B'Tachon, this point from his grandfather, and he mentions and he says something very interesting. He says the pasuk in Yirmiyah Yud Zayin says, we're all familiar with this pasuk, Baruch HaGever Asher Yivtach B'Hashem V'Hayo Hashem Yivtach Roi. Blessed is the person Asher Yivtach B'Hashem, who trusts in Hashem. And the pasuk continues, V'Hayo Hashem Yivtach Roi. So the question is, it already says Baruch HaGever Asher Yivtach B'Hashem. What's the end of the pasuk? V'Hayo Hashem Yivtach Roi. Zok the Degel Machane Ephraim, that a very, very important message for us. He says there are people who absolutely believe that it's Hashem who sends them parnasa. They believe that. But they also feel that it's they who must provide the medium and the circumstance for Hashem to give it. Yes, Hashem sends the parnasa, but it's me. I'm the right person in the right time, and I went to the right school, and I got the right job, and I'm working for the right person. Hashem sends the parnasa, but I'm the one who's the talented person who's here and making it happen. So such a person, says the Degel Machane Ephraim, such a person has not reached the essence of what emunah and bitachon that is required for parnasa really is. And parnasa, we have to understand, he said there's two sides of the pasuk. You have to have the whole pasuk. Baruch HaGever Asher Yivtach B'Hashem. It's all Hashem. V'Hayo Hashem Yivtachoi. You understand that it's Hashem who's sending the parnasa. V'Hayo Hashem Yivtachoi. That you're not doing anything. That it's all about Hashem. So you have to have both verses of the pasuk. The beginning of the pasuk, which is the message where parnasa is coming from. The end of the pasuk to tell you V'Hayo Hashem Yivtachoi, that it's not you at all. It's all about HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that's the inyan, and that's the lesson of the mon. The mon comes down every single day. Hashem hineni mamtir lochem, that doesn't change. We don't see the mon, we don't go out our front door in the morning and take in the mon, but we have an eternal message. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted that they should put away that message. That's why only by the mon we put away that message, because it's an important lesson. People are going to forget where the parnasa really comes from. You're going to be sure that you started the company and you're the talented person and you're the one that Hashem has to send the parnasa to. People are going to forget. So the mon is unique. The mon is special. That's why Lamana Nasenu is a special test only by mon, not by any other mitzvah, because this is the biggest nisayon to actually feel and understand that everything comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The mon is also, we have to put away the mon to have an eternal lesson. And that's the lesson of this week's parsha. We have to have the emunah bitachon and the understanding that we have to trust in Hashem, and the more we trust, we are mekabel, the bracha min hashamayim. And everyone should talk be zoicha to have parnasa berevach and be zoicha to that bracha through our emunah and bitachon.